And with that, turning around right behind us is Jeff Brohm, the head coach of Louisville, and this is true ACC kickoff day here because he's jumping from one table straight to the other. Coach, thank you for joining us here on 99.9 The Fan.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
We'll start with this. Is Louisville as you remembered it? You haven't been a full-time Louisville resident since I believe it was 2008. Obviously, you played there. Is it everything you remembered?
You know what? I think it is. I've never really sold my home in Louisville, so we've been back quite a bit. You know what? The thing that has changed, our facilities now are really, really good. Our stadium is second to none. It's an NFL stadium, all chairback seats, suites on both sides, in the end zone, up and lower. I mean, it's as good as it gets. Our basketball arena is bigger and better than any NBA arena. So we've got the elements there for success. We've got a passionate fan base. It's a big city with a lot to do. There's no pro sports, so they want to see Louisville football, Louisville basketball, Louisville baseball, Louisville women's basketball, all those things succeed. And if they do, they feel part of it, and they want more. So I'm looking forward to getting things started, and I know our fans are looking forward to the season.
Do you feel any raised pressure from being a Brohm at Louisville because your family has had so much success there, yourself included, and now you're coming back to lead the program? I know the fans have kind of been clamoring for the opportunity to bring you back for a while, and now that it's here, does it heighten anything?
Well, I actually do feel a whole lot more pressure. So just to be honest with you, without question, that's definitely on my shoulders, and that's just something you got to sign up for. You know what, you build some equity somewhere, and you got to go back home, and now you got to put it all on the line again. But you know what? That's what I signed up for. That's what they're paying me for, is to put that on the line. So that's what makes it challenging. Is now, you know what? No, you can't live on your past success. That part's over. You got to do something special for them. They want to see success. They want to see wins. They want to see championships. They want to see all this stuff, and you've got to provide that for them, and you got to do it by putting in the work. I don't believe there's any shortcuts in life. You've got to put in the work. So if that means you got to do extra, well, then I need to do extra. But it's important, in my opinion, that whenever the game's over, I can look in the mirror and say, you know what, I think I did everything I could. And then you move on from that. So, I tell our team all the time, throughout the season, 50% of the teams are going to win, 50% are going to lose. There's no in between. You're either going to win or lose. But regardless of whether you win or lose, every week you got to do it again. You got to perform again. So don't think just because you won, you're going to go out there and perform without working. No, you've got to put in the work and be able to move on from week to week, knowing that this is what it's going to take to win. And are you tough enough to withstand the complacency of winning? Are you tough enough to withstand the lack of confidence when you lose? And that's what's important. And I feel like if we do that, you'll give yourself a chance to win.
That voice you hear is Jeff Brohm, Louisville head coach, joining us here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan in Charlotte at ACC kickoff days. Jeff, you talk about putting in the work. A lot of work done is kind of very quickly once you settled in at Louisville was done in the transfer portal. And Jack Plummer amongst it. What about him, and you've worked with him previously at Purdue, made him so attractive to pull out of the portal and bring to Louisville?
Well, we're excited to get Jack back. You know what? This is a young man that's extremely intelligent. He's very smart. He knows our offense better than I do. He understands it. He gets it. And he's played a lot of football. So I think the experience factor is critical. He's just played a lot of football at more than one team. Now, this is his third team that he's on now, and he's done some good things at every spot he's been on. He's battle-tested, like I said. He's experienced the ups and the downs, which doesn't happen a lot, so he knows what it takes. And I just think it's important that we provide the talent around him, we provide the system and the ability for him to play well at a high level. No, don't put too much pressure on his ability to throw, but also use all of our weapons on offense. But I think if we do that, he can do a great job for us. And he's been a great leader to this point. He's had a really good summer.
Have you gotten used to that, where you can say it's almost a positive that a quarterback is going into his third team when – just a couple of years ago, that would have been almost unheard of?
Well, you know what? You would prefer to develop a guy, get him ready to go. But at the same time, you know what? That's college football. You hope that you're developing your youth right now so that the next year someone's ready to take over and that you feel confident with it. But at the same time, you know what? If you don't, and there's an experienced guy out there that you feel good about, you might as well add him to the mix and see if either it's his job to take or if he can at least be a valuable backup in case something happens to your starter.
Jeff Brohm, head coach, Louisville, joining us here at ACC Kickoffs. A bunch of new wide receivers also. I mentioned the portal work you've done. Seems like you could build a whole passing game ahead of transfers. How difficult is it to bring all these, or what are the challenges you're facing bringing all of these different position players and trying to turn them into a passing game?
Well, there's only one ball to go around, so
only one guy has to be in the right spot.
All receivers want the ball all the time. So you know what? I think that we feel good about our running back position. That has some more experience than we're used to having, to be quite honest. The receiver position did not have that, but that's okay. We went and added 4 transfers in the portal, and Jamari Thrash and Kevin Coleman, Jimmy Callaway, and Jaden Thompson. We feel like all those guys can compete at a high level. Some 2 guys we had on the team last year that did a decent job was Amari Huggins, Bruce, and Chris Bell. So I think those are 6 guys that all can play good football for us. And you know what? That gives us more depth. And anytime you have that, you got to keep them happy. But I think if they play hard, if they do what they're supposed to, we can spread the ball around. And we understand it's a long season where in order to win games, you have to have different ways to score and different people to get the ball to. So they've done a good job to this point. We want to continue to push the envelope there and develop as many weapons as we can.
Last one very quickly here before we let you go. We're getting ready to talk to one of those running backs, Jawar Jordan. Is there anything you can give us to catch him off guard with the first question?
Well, Jawar is very low-key, soft-spoken, but, man, he's fast, he's elusive, he's talented. He's getting ready to go back home to Phoenix for a little break here after this as soon as we leave here. But we feel like he can do some damage for us on the football field.
Coach, we appreciate you for taking the time to stop by.
Okay, thank you.